Hey guys, this is Matthew Movies coming at you again with the latest in my reaction series. This time it's not to a movie, it's actually to a TV show. Netflix original called Narcos. I've just finished watching season 2 and it was awesome. If you aren't aware of this show, first off, where have you been? Second off, it's a show about um, the cocaine industry in Colombia, and the first 2 seasons are so far are largely about Pablo Escobar and his entire organization and the men who are trying to take him down. So if you haven't seen the show and you want to, which you should because it was awesome, this is your spoiler alert. So if you don't want to have it ruined for you, don't listen any further. I thought season 2 was every bit as good as the first season, which is amazing because I loved the first season. The guy who played Pablo was just so good, as well as the people who played the agents. So the guy who played Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones is Agent Pena, and he is awesome in it. It's just such a good show. And then they have the one thing that I was just absolutely super impressed with was their ability to introduce kind of minor characters but really make you invest in them. Like about Pablo's chief lackeys are all great. There's a guy named La Kika that is just so, like, he comes off so psychotic and great and eager. Then he's got one of his lackeys seems like he has a pretty racist nickname, but I guess that's what the guy actually went by in real life. So they kept it real to life. His only African American lackey is named Blackie, which you probably wouldn't see that too much these days. But he was really great, and the performance of one of the best performances in the show by far was the woman who plays his wife. She comes off extremely strong and just so resourceful and everything like that, but also she's very vulnerable and scared because the whole plot of the second season is basically that they're hunting down Pablo, and they make it abundantly clear early on that they're not really interested in arresting him. They're interested in taking him out, no matter what. And Pablo's consistently trying different things to convince them to send him just to prison but keep him in Colombia, and it just goes, and it's just the consistent ratcheting up of Pablo and the Cali cartel and the search block, all basically it's like a war at arms where they're taking each other out, and they're doing more and more insane terrorism-esque moves to try to get the other ones to either back off or stop entirely. And if you haven't seen the show, again, I'm just going to say spoiler alert one more time. The season ends with Pablo and one of his chief driver, a guy named Limon, being killed. And I don't do any research before these shows, or try not to, just because I don't like spoilers. So I didn't realize that the season was going to end that way. But partway through, I realized that there's X amount of episodes left, and I'm fairly familiar with the story of Pablo Escobar. So, not in depth or anything like that, but I have, the especially the search for him. I have the big points of it are known to me, so I figured that he has to be dying near the end of the season. So I was very curious throughout if that was going to happen, and did that mean that was the end of the show? And I looked it up afterwards, and apparently the show is continuing on. And the show creator said that the show's not called Pablo; it's called Narcos, and it's just going to be continuing to look at the drug trade. So I'm very interested to see how it comes next. They've introduced the Cali cartel, and the actors there are great across the board too. So it'll be really cool to see, because I know nothing about them. So it'll be really interesting to watch that too. If you are interested at all in, if you've seen the show and you want to learn more about the real life events, I highly suggest you check out a documentary called The True Story of Killing Pablo. It was put together by the History Channel. I watched it years ago, and it really stuck with me. It's it's definitely one of my favorite documentaries of all time. So yeah, if you found this story interesting by by watching the show, I highly suggest checking it out. It's a great show, or great documentary, I should say. And Narcos is a great show. And when I mentioned Limon dies with him at the end too, that's another supporting character that they introduced pretty early on in the season. He wasn't in the last season, at least not to my memory, and he was great, just great. And there's a woman that they introduced with him, and she's great too. And like, you really grow to care about all these characters by the end of the season. It's just such a well put together show. So yeah, I don't know if you've noticed that if you are a regular viewer of my little videos here, that I haven't uploaded all that much this week. That's just because instead of watching movies this week, I was watching Narcos, because I wanted to watch it last week, but I never got around to it. And this week I was like, no, I'm watching Narcos. So yeah, I'm gonna upload a couple videos today, and then that'll be it for this week. And next week might be a short week as well, because this weekend my dad is retiring, and it's my wife's birthday, so it's gonna be a busy one. So, but anyways, thanks for checking out my videos. If you're new to the channel, thanks very much. If you are if you're been to the channel before and you're continuing to come back, I absolutely love all the support. This is a great community. Please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I just absolutely love getting new subscribers. They seem to have plateaued, which is a little bit disheartening, but these things happen. So anyways, thanks very much for watching. Have a nice day.